everybody. Welcome back to the YS channel. The holidays are approaching, which means Mariah Carey and Christmas shopping are in full swing.
Also, the great debate rages. What is the greatest Christmas movie? Many say it's A Christmas Story. Some say Love Actually or The Bishop's Wife. And many say it's Die Hard, but I think one movie beats them all.
So, that movie is Home Alone. All right, Home Alone was the movie of 1990. It's the story of the 8-year-old Kevin McCallister who was left home alone when his family accidentally forgets him on their holiday trip to Paris. During the time he is by himself, he brutally defends his house against the Wet Bandits, and all the hilarious comedy hijinks ensue.
The movie made a star out of Macually Culkin, who was an Uncle Buck the year before. Both are John Hughes productions, and both had the great John Candy in some capacity. The movie also stars Joe Pesci, who is best known for Scorsese mafia movies, Catherine O'Hara as Kevin's mom, who goes to great lengths to get back to her son during the busy holiday travel season.
Yep. So, this movie was a massive hit and spawned 2 theatrical sequels, where the cast of the first movie returned for the second sequel, and less said about the third one.
Oh yeah, the third one sucked, but sucked. Anyway, John Hughes is a legendary movie producer, best known for his comedy movies like National Lampoon's European Vacation, Christmas Vacation, Trains and Automobiles, and Uncle Buck. And also he wrote 16 Candles and what's that one movie where everyone's in high school?
The Breakfast Club?
Breakfast Club, yeah. Yeah, he basically, the 80s was the decade of John Hughes, but
Yeah.
it's his holiday movies that he either directed or wrote, or both, that are truly memorable because it have become a tradition in many homes across the country. For example, playing Trains and Automobiles has become a Thanksgiving tradition in many homes across the nation because it's simply the story of Steve Martin and John Candy trying to get back home to Chicago when their plane can't land in Chicago during a snowstorm, and hilarity from that ensues. John Hughes wrote National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which you asked me is the best of the Lampoon Vacation movies out there. For one, the Griswolds don't actually go anywhere; they just stay home, and they invite all their relatives over for the Christmas holiday. But again, with the Griswolds, nothing goes according to plan, and that's where the comedy lies within the movie when things start going wrong for the Griswolds and everyone that comes in contact with the Griswolds.
Oh, yeah. I remember that movie. Hey,
Anyway,
kids, dear.
Yeah. Anyway, perhaps John Hughes' best moment as a writer and producer is none of those movies, but it's actually Home Alone because the movie itself is a genius idea. What would happen if you leave a child home alone and 2 burglars try to break in and the child gets the better of them? Well, John Hughes answers that because in reality, the Wet Bandits would have killed Macaulay Culkin and it would have been a very short movie. But the heart of the comedy lies in the fact that Kevin McCallister has the brains and brawn to take on 2 adult robbers, and not only does he do that, he torments them, he hunts them. That little fucker was hunting those robbers. Watch the movie over again. He could have called 911 all he wanted, and he would have been home safe and sound. Or not home safe and sound, he would have been safe, but he wanted the Wet Bandits to suffer greatly, and greatly they did.
Oh, man. Yeah, dude, he got him good. God damn. Some of the, I don't want to say pranks, but the traps he set were absolutely fucking brutal. Like, the one where he heats up the doorknob and he makes the guy like he's grab for it, burns his goddamn hand off. And then he just drops a hot iron on the same dude's face. Oh man, absolute brutality. And then puts like tar and shit like on the stairs in the basement, and he has like nails and crap stuck in there. And he got him good.
Yeah, that's actually a point of debate amongst fans of the movies because at the end of the movie the house is all clean and proper, but how did Kevin McCallister clean up tar off the stairs? Because granted, at the end of the movie he's about to get in trouble for ruining his older brother's bedroom, but the fact that he covered the stairs in the attic not the attic but the basement with tar and put a fucking nail there. How does he explain that?
Well, I mean, in his defense, he was left home alone. And then he had to defend himself against two burglars, while his family somehow left him home alone. So I mean, you know, in real life, if that had played out in real life, I'm sure that kid would have been forgiven. I'm gonna throw that out there. The parents would be, oh, thank Christ he's alive. You know, and they'd probably be, oh shit, you outsmarted those two? Good job. You know, and there's like that one scene where like he puts like the movie on or whatever for the pizza guy. You know, it's like a fake movie they just made, like a movie within the movie. And it's like, leave the change, you filthy bastard. And he set off firecrackers and scares the shit out of people. You know, and all the other stupid little shit he's doing, like when he realizes he's in fact by himself. You know, and then there's some character growth and like heartwarming moments in the movie, like the John Candy. You can call it like a cameo, like near the end, where like he's like a member of a band, and the family catches a ride home in the band's truck, kind of thing. You know, and then like that old dude who like he's all menacing. And it turns out he kind of helps saves the day. You know, he comes in clutch. But he does come across as scary and menacing. You know, of course, the movie is told from McCallister's point of view, of course. And then Joe fucking Pesci, man. Like, you know, because he does like those mobster, like Scorsese mobster movies so well. Like, it overshadows the fact that he's a great comedic actor. Like the dude could have just gone full-time like comedy like actor career-wise, and he could have pulled it off, man. Like he is genuinely funny when he wants to be. He's also genuinely scary when he needs to be as well. You know, I mean, like he's in another sample would be like My Cousin Benny, right? That was a good comedy classic. And then he's like comic relief in the Lethal Weapon movies. You know, and
Yes.
you know he plays the role, you know, pretty well. And then the other guy, you know, he plays his accomplice, plays that part pretty damn well. And then, you know, Catherine O'Hara, you know, she's in the Beetlejuice movie and some other stuff out there. Like the whole concerned, scared mom thing, you know, she pulls that off. And then, you know, his oldest brother is like a fucking dick and a bully. You know, there's memes of that fucking kid. Because it's like, imagine you made a movie today in your 2025, you transplant a bully, you know, like the stereotype bully, you know, from like the late 80s, early 90s, time travel him to today's current day and age. See how you would like react, you know, like oh god. Now, besides the unrealisticness of this movie, right? Like you said earlier, in real life, they probably would have fucking mauled that kid to death, or they would have just shot him, or they'd have just gone on a different house. Who knows? No, there's also the other fact you want to consider here is, you know, how the fuck you go on a long trip like that and realize your kid's not there? I mean, I get it. It's for the point of this movie, for the plot of this movie. That's the whole thing that's driving the fucking whole story. It's the fact that they left them behind. But realistically, how do you do that?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. That part of the movie makes no sense to me because like when Kevin and Hera realizes Kevin's missing, like they're already on the airplane, and she's like checking the tickets or something, and that she finds nothing wrong, and then all of a sudden she realizes that she left her son home alone.
Yeah, I was like, how did like both parents not realize the fucking kid's not there? That's
Well, the funny thing, it's a funny thing. It happens again in the sequel.
Yeah. You know, I mean, the sequel is pretty damn good, and it's still a funny movie. But it's like, come on. Yeah, you gotta turn your brain off of that part. There's also the fact that the McCallister family, which is like a family of 15, can afford a trip to Paris.
I agree. Like it was actually two separate families. It was Kevin's dad and his
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was two different families.
And his family going to Paris. But I'm under the strong impression that it was Kevin's dad paying the bill for the entire family of 15. Like, what the fuck was he doing to afford a trip like that? Especially when you could afford to put all the adults in first class, and put the kids in whatever seats were available on coach. Grant you, flying back in 1990 was not a cheap affair. Still isn't, but it's more affordable than it was back in 1990 for the average American. And the fact that this family, which has a beautiful house, decided that they could afford such a vacation and go to Paris. Like, dude, Kevin McCallister's parents, like, they were. So it's not really explained in the movie, but his mom was a fashion designer or something.
Yeah, they were loaded.
She designs clothes for like not for celebrities, but for like the upper echelons of Chicago's upper class. And most likely Kevin's dad, dad was the ad executive, because if you watch any of the John Hughes movies where like it's Plane, Trains, and Automobiles, National Lampoon's Vacation, all that something, all the dads in that movie are ad executives. So it wouldn't surprise me if Kevin's dad was such. But here's my favorite part about the situation. It's not the fact he left Kevin behind, but it's Uncle Frank who is a cheapskate, and they decide out of kindness of their heart to bring him along, knowing that he's going to fuck over the family. Because originally in the script, it was Uncle Frank who hired the Wet Bandits to break into the house, but that was changed before before the filming began.
Yeah, fucking Uncle Frank. yeah, he was a dick too. But I mean, the circumstances of that movie. Again, you gotta turn your brain off and just enjoy it for what it is. Yeah, it's a great family movie, which ironically doesn't involve much of a family. You know, but you know what I mean. It's age appropriate for pretty much everybody. You know, and it hits. Even to this day, it still holds up pretty damn good. You know, it's a fun watch. It's a fun sit down. It's a fun family night. You know, I mean, I like the original one better than the sequel, and no, it has nothing to do with the Donald Trump cameo. It just has to do with the fact that, you know, this is one of those movies you don't realistically only make once. You know, just using that same plot device, right? But, you know, like you said, they do the same thing again in the sequel. Just this time they're in New York, you know. but the same shit happens. There's even the same Wet Bandits. Yeah, it's like, and that was still good. And the sequel is still good. They have to give it props though. But still, it's, how do you let that happen twice? Now,
exactly. How do you let that happen twice? Like in reality, Kevin McCallister's parents are not good parents. Parents are, I'll tell you why. Because they let their older son Buzz do what he wants. Like the reason the family almost wants to fly in the first place wasn't because of the power outage. Was because Kevin grant you in a family get together like that, you should ate what was provided, but they provided him his own pizza, and Buzz ate every slice of it, which angered Kevin, and he pushes his brother into the table, causing the tickets to get wet with milk. They almost didn't make their fight because of that. And then in the sequel, the whole family watches this during the choir. Buzz takes his candles and he puts them around Kevin's head to embarrass him in front from the audience. And the punishment that Buzz receives is, in my opinion, very light, especially after when Kevin dogs him and it causes the entire stage to collapse. Like the family is not disciplining their children properly, and that's why Kevin is the way he is in the first movie.
Yeah, well, again, dude, you gotta turn your brain off. Like it's clearly not a normal situation. So, but that's the dynamic and the fun of the movie as well. It makes, there's a lot of large families where they got like a fucking douchebag older sibling who picks on the runty little one. It's relatable. Now with that said, before we sign off here, what is your favorite Christmas movie? And I'm gonna just rule out Die Hard. That's a controversial, I mean, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Yes, but at the same time, you can make the argument that it's not. It just happens to take place on Christmas, but it's like not in the spirit of Christmas. So, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
Well, my favorite Christmas movie is A Christmas Story.
Ooh, that's a good one. Christmas Story. Mine's, even though it's technically not a Christmas movie, it's Bad Santa.
Why Bad Santa?
Oh, fucking, this movie is hilarious. Like, it's a Christmas movie, but like not. Like Billy Bob Thornton's a fucking just an alcoholic fucking scumbag of a human being, and then he gets wrapped up with that fucking curly-haired fat kid. Billy Bob Thornton's part of a crew of criminals that like rips off places. But long story short, if anyone hasn't seen it, it's funny. Bad Santa. Home Alone is right there, and even like the Griswold Family Vacation, I'd rank it like right there. Like it's like a tie to number 2.
Christmas Vacation is my second favorite Christmas movie, and then Home Alone's my third favorite. I can tell you this: our parents are very fond of the movie Love Actually, which I think it's overrated, but they swear by it each year. That's one of the best Christmas movies out there.
Yeah, they can swear about it all they want. I'll go watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer again, like the stop motion puppet version. That's an all-time. That's an all-time classic of a movie, but but I digress. So, with that said, everybody, if you've never seen the original Home Alone, or you've never checked out the Home Alone franchise, start off with the original, and skip the third one. And didn't they like reboot it, or made like a bastardized attempt to reboot it?
I'm aware there's these 2 or 3 straight-to-video sequels out there.
Yeah, something stupid. So ignore those. Those are trash. If you do want to watch it, the first 2 are the only ones like that are worth the shit. It's like the Terminator franchise. Only the first 2 are really worth a shit. And the third one is okay. And then the fourth one is like had potential, and then stick the landing, and then the rest of them are shit. There's talks of another Terminator movie. It's like, please God, stop. And then I'm pretty sure it was just like a little internet rumor thing, just so Macaulay Culkin can just pop up on Twitter. But there is a possibility they make a sequel where the role is kind of reversed. He's the adult, and he has his own kid, and the same situation happens. His kid gets left home alone, I don't know if that's just something he just bullshitted, just a trend on Twitter, or if that's an actual like possible, reboot sequel coming.
I heard that it's just something that Kevin McCallister, Macually Culkin has thought of, because the idea is that his son in the movie is pulling the booby traps on Macaulay Culkin or something.
Yeah, it was something of that nature. But with that said, check out the original, you filthy bastards. Oh God, I love that scene where he just gets the pizza guy. Yeah, that was set up pretty damn well. So, if you like our discussion,
yeah, I was gonna say.
I didn't ask you what your favorite was.
All
right, what's your favorite scene, Cameron?
Yeah, with Derek. My favorite scene in the movie is when Joe Pesci burns his hand on a doorknob. That was just the cruelest prank or booby trap in the whole movie. And then he gets his head set on fire.
Oh yeah. The most unrealistic part of that sequence is he keeps his hand on the doorknob for a good minute. Yeah. That's like, I mean, I get it. It's like, if you don't suspect it to be that hot, you're just gonna grab it, But like, he holds it there for like a good second. It's like, come on. Yeah. And then the fucking swinging can of paint. And then the nice little touch at the end of it all, he just drops the fucking pet spider on the dude. Oh, God. But, all right. Don't take it from us, everybody. Watch the movie for yourselves. Like and subscribe, follow the channel. We always greatly appreciate it. Until the next time.